Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to be painting this Emperor's Champion. I've separated the model just to make it a lot more easier for myself. I'll be doing the main body of the power armor in this video and the other parts later on. Got a fresh wet palette because who doesn't love that? First of all, we're going to be starting off with a Baden Black. Just a very watered down thin layer across the entire model. Just if we do make any mistakes, we can make it easier to correct them. Next, we're going to use 1 part base Steganum Stale Green and a base Baden Black as a dry brush, just to give that overall weathered look, give it a bit more interest and detail over the entire model, just to make those fine edges stand out, to give it a bit more of a darker look as well. I've seen a few painters use this on their Black Templars. I just think it looks a bit more better than just using the Baden Black as a base colour. Next up, we're going to take some Celestra Grey and jump into an edge highlight. I like to kind of roll and twist and pull my brush on my thumbnail just to get the right amount of paint on the brush, just so it's a lot easier to apply that to the model. Then I'm applying very soft, very light strokes across the model just to get the right highlight that I want. And obviously angling the model does make a huge difference. I would strongly recommend using obviously a little miniature holder or something to use to hold the miniature just so you can paint, because just to get around loads of different angles. And again, if there are any little mistakes, you can fix them up with a little Baden Black afterwards. So that's the highlighting finished. As you can see, just on the Templar's right heel, I have actually used some Black Templar contrast wash, just to give it a bit more of a darker effect just over the feet, because they're going to be a little bit weathered, because my guy has been stomping around the battlefield. This just gives a little bit more interest. For the next stage, which we're going to be doing, is we're just going to be dry brushing the feet. What we're going to do is we're just going to take a little bit more Celestra Grey and just dry brush around the surrounding areas of the feet, because we're going to have a nice stony grey base later on down the line when we do come to finish the model. I've seen loads of painters use this particular technique around the feet, and it does make your miniatures stand out and bring them to a next level. We're then going to take some grey cere and we're just going to do this as a fine highlight. As far as light is concerned, I'm only catching a few prominent edges as if the light is coming down onto the model from the top. We can then dot any little rivets that are around the model, again just to make the armour stand out a lot more. I've then courageously taken some white scar and dotted it just on all the highest raised points of the armour, just to make them stand out a lot more. And finally, as an extra, we're just going to take some Eshin Grey and we're just going to do little sharp scratches across the armour just to give it a lot more interest, just to make it look like our champion has seen some action. And there we have it. We've done most of the power armour, the highlighting, the edge highlighting, and a few little bit more details on there. Stay tuned for the next one, where I'm going to be doing the tabard and a little bit more of the accessories. See you in the next one. Laters, Gators.